Hello students. Previously we have learned about air has weight. Air in the atmosphere exerts pressure on the surface of the earth and creates vertical currents in the air is called convection in the air. Convection drives the circulation of air in the earth's atmosphere. This is a vertical circulation of air in the earth's atmosphere. Previously, we have learned about the factors effects on the air pressure, temperature and altitude of a region. Today, we are going to learn next factor that affects on the air pressure, water vapor. And also today we are going to learn horizontal distribution of air pressure. Let us see.
Now, we will see next factor that influencing air pressure, water vapor. As we know that water is present as a liquid and as a gas in the atmosphere. Water is present as a liquid and as a gas in the atmosphere. When water is a gas, it is called water vapor. Liquid water changes into a gas when water molecules get extra energy from a heat source such as the sun. These energetic molecules then escape from the liquid water in the form of gas. In the process of changing from liquid to gas, the molecules absorb heat which they carry with them into atmosphere. The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. The humidity in the atmosphere is called moisture. The proportion of moisture in the atmosphere depends on temperature. Air with a higher temperature holds a greater amount of moisture or water vapor in the air. Humid or moist air is less dense than dry air and creates low air pressure. The main reason behind this, the atomic mass of water vapor. That is the mass of it. Molecular water is lighter than molecular nitrogen. Increased humidity will always lower air pressure. Water is 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The atomic mass of oxygen is approximately 16 units. That totals 18 units approximately. The main constituent of the atmosphere is molecular nitrogen. In other words, 2 nitrogen atoms. The atomic mass of each nitrogen atom is approximately 14 units. Therefore, the total 28 units. That is the mass of it. Molecular water is lighter than molecular nitrogen. Increased humidity will always lower air pressure. Thus, water vapor influences air pressure. Thus, we have learned about the vertical distribution of air pressure. Now we will see horizontal distribution of air pressure.
What is a horizontal distribution of air pressure? The air pressure is not the same horizontally over the surface of the earth. It varies in the different regions from equator to both the poles. This distribution of air pressure is called the horizontal distribution of air pressure. Previously, we have learned that how temperature affects on the vertical distribution of air pressure. The uneven distribution of temperature influences the distribution of air pressure too. This leads to the formation of low and high pressure belts horizontally between the equator to both the poles, North Pole and South Pole. Now let us recall the information about the Earth's shape and the distribution of sun rays. In a previous standard, we have learned about this. Sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. However, we have seen that due to the spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature of the surface, they occupy a larger or a lesser area. This leads to unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun, resulting in a decreasing temperature from the equator to both the poles. Based on the distribution of temperature, the earth can be divided into torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone, or tropical, temperate and polar regions. The uneven distribution of sun rays forms thermal zones or temperature zones on the Earth's surface. The uneven distribution of temperature influences the horizontal distribution of air pressure too, like a vertical distribution of air pressure. This leads to the formation of low pressure belts and high pressure belts from equator to both the poles. What is the term belt in a geography? An elongated region where a specific condition or a characteristic is found. For example, equatorial low pressure belt, mid-latitudinal high pressure belt, etc. Along with the uneven distribution of temperature, Earth's rotation from west to east, Earth's gravity, winds, etc. are other factors that influencing on a horizontal distribution of air pressure or atmospheric pressure from equator to both the poles. Temperature zones and pressure belts are interrelated to each other, but the latitudinal extent of the temperature zones is much larger while pressure belts are narrower. See the figure number 4.2a, temperature zones, and figure 4.2b, pressure belts. For example, torrid zone is associated with a equatorial low pressure belt. The latitudinal extent of a torrid zone is from 23 degree 30 minute south parallel to 23 degree 30 minute north parallel, whereas the latitudinal extent of equatorial low pressure belt, which is associated with a torrid zone, is from 5 degree south parallel to 5 degree north parallel. This means the latitudinal extent of the temperature zones is much larger while pressure belts are narrower. And now observe the figure number 4.2a temperature zones and 4.2b pressure belts and planetary beams. According the given questions. First question, which pressure belt is mainly found in the tropics? The area between Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn is known as a tropical region, and equatorial low pressure belt is associated with tropics or a tropical region. Therefore, equatorial low pressure belt is mainly found in the tropics. Next question, with which pressure belt are the polar winds associated? Look at this area of polar winds in northern hemisphere and area of polar winds in southern hemisphere. The area from 55 degree north parallel to 65 degree north parallel is known as a subpolar low pressure belt, and area between 80 degree north parallel to 90 degree north pole is called polar high pressure belt. And in the southern hemisphere, area between 55 degree south parallel to 65 degree south parallel is known as a subpolar low pressure belt, and area between 80 degree south parallel to 90 degree south pole is known as a polar high pressure belt. Thus, subpolar low pressure belt and polar high pressure belt in both the hemispheres are associated with polar winds. In which temperature zones are they observed? They observed in a frigid zone which lies from Arctic Circle to North Pole and Antarctic Circle to South Pole. Next question, what could be the reason behind a low pressure belt in the tropics? Low pressure belt in the tropics, equatorial low pressure belt, is associated with a torrid zone which lies from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. The sun rays can be perpendicular between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, so the temperature is higher in this region. Hence, air in this region gets heated, expands, becomes lighter, moves towards the sky. As this process operates continuously between Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, low pressure belt gets formed in the central part of this region between the parallels 5 degree north parallel and 5 degree south parallel. Next question, With which pressure belts are the winds in the temperate zone associated? The area between Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and area between Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere is called temperate zone. And the winds that blows in a temperate zone are associated with a mid-latitudinal high pressure belt in both the hemispheres. Next question. Write the latitudinal extent of the low pressure belts. Look at this equatorial low pressure belt. The latitudinal extent of equatorial low pressure belt is from 5 degree north parallel to 5 degree south parallel. The latitudinal extent of subpolar low pressure belt in a northern hemisphere is a 55 degree north parallel to 65 degree north parallel. The latitudinal extent of a subpolar low pressure belt in a southern hemisphere is from 55 degree south parallel to 65 degree south parallel approximately. The major difference between the temperature zones and pressure belts is that the temperature zones are continuous and are spread from the equator to both the poles, from torrid zone to frigid zone in both the hemispheres. Whereas pressure belts are not continuous and areas of low pressure belt and high pressure belt are found in a different region from the equator to both the poles. Pressure belts are not continuous. These pressure belts are formed on the Earth's surface alternatively. Look at the formation of pressure belts from equator to North Pole. Equatorial low pressure belt, mid-latitudinal high pressure belt, subpolar low pressure belt, polar high pressure belt. Similarly, these pressure belts are formed in the southern hemisphere. Thus, these pressure belts are formed on the Earth's surface alternatively. Next time, we will learn about how these pressure belts are formed on the surface of the Earth.